London is a city well known for its cultural diversity and linguistic richness. The socio-linguistic landscape provides a remarkable opportunity to investigate how gender influences language use. As gender-preferential linguistic features are more prevalent than exclusivity, it seems that gender differences affect language and have been the focus of socio-linguistic research, demonstrating patterns that extend beyond mere speech. By referring to the definition of gender, it means the characteristics of men and women in the aspect of behavioral, social, and psychological. While it is undeniable that gender and language are interrelated, it also provides valuable insights to explore into London linguistic culture through their conversations and interactions. This study aims to study the gender differences in the City of London, including differences in speech features, vocabulary, and social class. According to Johnson, the first language of the general public living in London City is English. And it is not surprising that the pronunciation in the City of London involves the London accent rather than the common British accent. Holmes and Wilson mentioned women can pronounce words more properly than men. The reason is because women's linguistic abilities had been oppressed under male dominance of language, leading to facing the stress of pronouncing the precise and standard pronunciation so as to fulfill society's expectations. For example, the North London accent should replace "thith" with "af" or sound. The East London accent includes the feature of H-dropping, which is basically not pronouncing the sound. The South London accent is opposite to the East London accent in that the feature is non-H-dropping. The sound is allowed to be fully pronounced, and the R sound is said at the end of words. The West London accent is using received pronunciation that adds elements from other sounds. British native speaker, 2022. Thus, the findings show women may prefer pronouncing words in a proper way instead of speaking with inappropriate pronunciation compared to men in this social environment. Besides, due to the dominance of male in the society of London City from the past, the social status of women has become weakened, gradually turning the attitude into passive, as expressed by Lakoff. In addition, the speech form of women would try to avoid strong swear words, either in formal or informal occasions, which maintains the politeness and showing respect to others. Babayeva stated that a researcher called Otto Jespers claimed the speech of women was characterized by a simplicity and conservatism, whereas the speech of men was perceived as vulgar. Since the vocabulary of women is limited and incomplete, they tend to use more euphemisms and polite forms, avoid the chance of swearing deliberately. It is believed that men and women demonstrate distinct preferences in vocabulary. Studies have shown that women generally outperform men in various language tasks. Childhood language development could be one of the reasons leading to this phenomenon. Gender disparities in vocabulary learning can be seen from a young age. According to Margarita, she has done research on children between the ages of 5 and 7. The research aims to examine gender differences in word learning in children, and it is proved that girls frequently outperform boys in language-related tasks, including word learning and vocabulary retention. In terms of word choices, women use more emotive and standard language, while men opt for non-standard and more direct expressions as a marker of identity. In terms of politeness strategies, women are generally observed to use more polite forms, such as tag questions like "isn't it?" and hedges, such as "kind of." It helps to foster connection and harmony in conversations, while men prefer using vocabulary that reflects formality and directness, as it can be seen as a way to assert authority and confidence. In London, social factors may also influence vocabulary disparities. Women typically participate in more verbal conversation and social engagement than men, which can help them improve their language abilities. Moreover, London's educational environment may also influence vocabulary disparities. The educational approaches that promote verbal abilities and the promotion of reading among girls may explain why girls outperform boys in terms of vocabulary. London's multicultural environment influences vocabulary. Its cultural background plays a significant role in shaping gendered language practices. This diversity adds complexity to how gender differences manifest in communication. London's diverse and stratified population provides a rich framework for studying how social class affects language use. In professional situations, women in London frequently face a difficult terrain in which they must establish their power while yet complying with traditional standards of femininity. This simultaneous pressure can lead to code switching, in which women change their language according to the audience. For example, at a corporate conference, a woman may adopt a more authoritative tone, yet in informal settings she may revert to a more relaxed and collaborative speech style. Education enables women to question established linguistic standards. Educated women in London may use assertive speaking styles to combat notions of femininity as politeness and tentativeness. For men, higher education may strengthen or challenge conventional masculine communication practices. Men with higher education may use more collaborative and inclusive language, reflecting changing gender norms and communication styles. Gender differences in London are the result of a complex interaction of cultural, societal, and individual influences. Understanding these disparities broadens our understanding of communication dynamics and encourages more inclusive interactions among the city's diverse population. Future research could dive more into these shifting patterns, particularly across cultural communities. As London grows and changes, so will its citizens' linguistic manifestations, providing unlimited opportunities for sociolinguistic investigation.